His eyes burned like embers. His body twisted in an inhuman way. His veins bulged like taut ropes and his hair ignited like fire in the wind. When rage took over, even his own allies fled in terror. This was Cú Chulainn, the greatest warrior, so violent, but also a man doomed by his own fate. How did a mere boy become one of the most legendary figures of Celtic mythology? And how did his story turn into tragedy? The legend begins with a boy named Setanta, the son of Defied and, according to some myths, the god Lu himself. From an early age, Setanta displayed extraordinary abilities. While other children played with wooden swords, he hunted wild animals with his bare hands. His destiny changed when he visited the fortress of the blacksmith Cú Chulainn. Unaware of the boy's arrival, the host unleashed a massive guard dog trained to kill intruders. Without hesitation, Setanta fought the beast and, with supernatural speed, defeated it. To make amends for the blacksmith's loss, he vowed to become his new guardian. From that moment on, he was known as Cú Chulainn, the Hound of Cú Chulainn. Determined to forge Setanta into the greatest warrior of Ireland, the Druids sent him to train with Scathach, a formidable warrior living on a distant island. Under her guidance, he learned forbidden techniques, ancient rituals, and received a legendary weapon, the Gae Bolga, a spear that, once inside the enemy's body, split into dozens of spikes, ensuring a fatal wound. But amid his training, a dark prophecy was revealed. Cú Chulainn would be invincible in battle, but his life would be short. He was destined to die young. Queen Medb, ruler of Connacht, sought to claim the most powerful bull in Ireland. To achieve this, she declared war on Ulster. However, when the warriors of Ulster fell under a mystical curse, only Cú Chulainn remained to defend his land. Alone, he faced an entire army. It was then that his true horror was revealed. When he entered combat, he unleashed a state of berserker, fury known as Riastrad. His body twisted, his bones contorted, and his own flesh seemed to explode outward. No enemy could stand against him. He was no longer human. He had become a beast. But his most painful battle was yet to come. His enemies sent Ferdia, his childhood friend and fellow warrior, to face him. The two dueled for 4 relentless days. In the end, with no other choice, Cú Chulainn used the Gae Bolga, piercing Ferdia's heart. It was a fatal strike. With tears in his eyes, he held his friend's lifeless body, mourning his loss. But there was no time for grief. More enemies were coming. Cú Chulainn's fate was sealed when he broke a sacred taboo. During a journey, he was forced to eat dog meat, an act forbidden for him. That single act weakened his powers, making him vulnerable. His enemies seized the opportunity. He was lured into an ambush, and despite fighting until the very end, he was mortally wounded. Yet Cú Chulainn refused to fall like an ordinary man. He tied himself to a standing stone so that he could die on his feet, sword in hand. His enemies only dared approach when a raven landed on his shoulder, signaling that his soul had departed. Was Cú Chulainn a hero, a monster, or merely a man trapped by his own fate? His legend has spanned centuries, inspiring warriors, poets, and storytellers. But what does his story truly mean? A lesson on the consequences of rage, or a reminder that no hero can escape his own curse? And what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more legendary stories like this.